जब हम लोग एडवांस वाले एल्गोरिथम लिखेंगे, at that time you cannot get into the time complexity. That is the reason the first lecture more focus is on given onto that. Let us continue further. We talk about selection sort. What selection sort algorithm is all about? The selection sort algorithm, again, let me first of all tell you the philosophy. Philosophy is very simple. You select one element, you compare with all remaining element. You select one element, you compare with all remaining elements, and that is the reason you call it as selection sort. Obviously, when you compare with another element, you want to put it like either in ascending order or you want to put it like a descending order. If you want to put ascending or descending order, when you are comparing, if necessary, do the swapping, interchange the position, interchange the position. So what exactly it means? We will take some example. Unless until example is taken, probably things may not be clear. It is, I know. So we will take up some example. And to take up example, have a look at this. Let's say that I have got some numbers. Let's say numbers are something like this. I can say that this is 6 or hmm, this is 6. This is, let's say, 8. This is, let's say, 1. This is, let's say, 4. This is, let's say, what is that? 3. And this is, let's say, 2. These are some numbers are there. I have just taken the numbers randomly. जो भी मूड आया है उस नंबर से मैंने लिया है. Obviously, again, I always recommend initially जब आप लोग पहली बार कर रहे हो, do it with the array that I have given and that array that I have shown. जब आप लोग वापस से लैब में करोगे, वापस से पेपर वर्क करोगे, at that time, if you are not confident, again follow the same input. Otherwise, you change the input, take some different value and try it again at as per your choice, right? So let us go ahead. What selection sort algorithm says? Selection sort algorithm says that you select one element. ये जो red color वाला है, it is a selected, and then compare with all remaining elements. Compare with all remaining elements. So what we are trying is that we are going to select, let's say 6, and then compare with all remaining. So you find that, by the way, हमको sort कैसे करना है? I want to do the ascending sort. Listen, I want to do the ascending sort. तो ये जो 0th element है, ये जो 0th element है, I have not selected 6 actually. I have selected the 0th element. The 0th element I have selected, and I need to compare with all elements after that. I need to select the 0th element and then I need to compare with all elements after that. So let us just get started. I have selected the 0th element, which is at the moment 6. You start comparing with the next element. और next element is, let's say, 4. अब आपको ascending sort करना है. Ascending sort में common sense, left element has to be smaller than the right element. In ascending sort, left element has to be smaller than the right element. If it is not, जो कि अभी आपको यहाँ पर दिख रहा है, if it is not, go ahead and sort it. Sort it in the sense swap it, interchange it. And if you have done that, continue on next element. Again, I find that 4 is greater than 2. If 4 is greater than 2, go ahead, done. You continue further. Again, 2, sorry, 2 is already less than 4, less than 8, nothing much to be done. You continue further. Again, you find that 2 is less than 3, nothing much to be done. Again, you continue further, but you find that 2 is greater than 1. If 2 is greater than 1, let us interchange their position, 1 at the beginning and 2 at the end. Whatever we have done, it is like completing one iteration or completing one pass. You ask the question, what we achieved in the first pass? What we achieved in the first pass is the smallest element come to its final position. Smallest element come to its final position. Okay, that is great. Let's continue further. Let's continue further. By the way, आपने 0th element को sort out किया है. What about the next? Or continue further. Now you select the element at the first position and start comparing with all elements after that. Start comparing with all elements after that. Let us begin. Now you find that 6 is greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. What to do? Do interchanging. So 4 over here, 6 over here. Now continue on to the next. You find that 4 is less than 8, nothing much to do. Continue. 4 is greater than 3. Or 4 is greater than 3. 3 comes over here, 4 goes there. You continue further. 3 is still greater than 2. A 3 is greater than 2. Do swapping. 2 comes at this place. 3 goes over there. That is all right. And again, your all comparisons are completed. All comparisons are completed. So I found that even the second element is in at place. सर अभी क्या करना है? रिपीट द प्रोसेस. प्लीज नोट, अल्गोरिदम पहले दूसरे बार में, पहले दूसरे इटरेशन में क्लियर नहीं होता है, बट आई एम वेरी श्योर व्हेन यू डू द सेम प्रोसेस अगेन एंड अगेन, यू ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट गेटिंग क्लैरिटी. सो प्लीज कीप पेइंग अटेंशन. सारे डेटा स्ट्रक्चर के एल्गोरिदम ऐसे होंगे, एंड डू नॉट ओवर एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम योरसेल्फ. सर पहले इटरेशन में क्लियर होना चाहिए. आप खुद को आर्किमिडीज या न्यूटन या फिर व्हाट इज दैट, ऐसे कहते हैं बड़े बड़े लोग हो ऐसे समझने की कोशिश मत करना. Be normal. You are ordinary, I am also ordinary. So let us go step by step. At least you see that second time, third time, fourth time, things has to be clear, but keep paying attention. Okay, I'm repeating once again. A पहले प्रोसेस, पहले स्टेप में हम लोगों ने क्या किया था? ए जीरो एलिमेंट, नेक्स्ट इसमें फर्स्ट एलिमेंट, नेक्स्ट इसमें सेकंड एलिमेंट, and now I want to compare the second element with all elements thereafter. Oh, I found that 6 is smaller than 8, nothing to be done. 6 is greater than 4. If 6 is greater than 4, what is to be done? No problem. Let us swap 4 and 6. And if you have swapped that, this is done. Again, you continue further. Again, you continue further. Sorry, my mistake. Again, you continue further. Check the next element. Now, 4 is, just a minute. Let us continue further. And now again you find that 4 is greater than 3. If 4 is greater than 3, what is to be done? Let us swap that. Done. After third pass, you find that this element is reached to its final position. You continue the process. Select the next element, compare with all the elements after that. Now here you find that 8 is greater than 6. 8 is greater than 6. So 6 comes over here. 8 goes over there. Then compare the next. 6 is greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. You take out 6 over here. 4 comes at the place. That is still fine. And then you go ahead. You repeat further. Now 8 you want to compare with all elements after that. 8 you want to compare with all elements after that. So you find that 8 is greater than 6. If 8 is greater than 6, you just do the swapping. That's it. और by the way, अब इसके बाद में करने लायक कुछ बचा नहीं है. If you have seen that, my whole array is in a sorted order. Whole array is in a sorted order. I hope you got that. Still, I will just go through the whole algorithm once again, and we will do it once again. Now pay attention and do it with me. I say that not really try to do it with me. You will be like bit more comfortable. Now I want you people to participate into the discussion. Go ahead and start. What to do? What is the first? अब कौन सा element select करना है? You start by selecting 0th element. You start by selecting 0th element and you compare with all element after that. You start with the immediately next element. I said compare with all element after that, not from the beginning. Compare with all element after that. Okay. You start with what you are saying. If this element, if red color element, if it is greater than the blue color element, what I need to do? I need to do the swapping. Yes, thanks. So you replace 4 and 6. You find that 6 was greater than this, and again you continue. Again you find that if 4 is greater than 2. 4 is greater than 2. Yes, continue. Again you swap 2 and 4. Again you continue further. You have done that. You compare with the next element. You compare with the next element. 2 and 8. 2 and 8. Oh, no swapping is required. Do not change it. Do not change it because 2 is already smaller than the 8. You continue further. 2 and 3. Again I find that 2 is again smaller than 3. Again nothing to be done. You continue further. 2 is greater than 1. As 2 is greater than 1, let us put 2 there. Let us get 1 there. And yes, we have done that. By the way, our whole pass is completed. What was our first pass? Our first pass was where we were saying that I is equal to 0 Please note your first pass was I is equal to 0, and then you compared with all elements. You compared with all elements from 1 to 5. I is equal to 0 was the element that was selected. I is equal to 0 was the element that was selected, and you compare with j to 5. And what you achieved with this, how do you check कि आपने जो पास किया है सही किया है गलत किया है? How do you check? You find that जो ith element का जो भी element था, like a smallest number reach there. Okay. अब सर आगे क्या करना है? Take I to the next position. Take I to the next position and repeat the story once again. And again, you compare J to all elements after that. You compare with all elements after that. You continue. You find that, oh, 6 is greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. What to do? Over here, 6 is greater than 4. What to do? Yes, I need to swap. So 4 over here, 6 over here. You continue further. Again, you find that 4 is greater than 8. 4 is, no, sorry, 4 is less than 8. If 4 is less than 8, no swapping is required. Okay, that is good. Now you find 4. Now next step, 4 is greater than 3. 4 is greater than 3. Go ahead, swap it. 3 over here, 4 over here, and you continue on to the next. Now you find that 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2. Yes, continue. Again, you want to take 2 over here. You want to take 3 over there. This is done. This is my second pass is completed. And I found that the second lowest element reached to its position. You continued further. You continue further. Now, you select the next element. You select the next element. So, element that is selected, I can say I is equal to 2 and j is equal to 3 to 5. So you selected 6. Continue. 6 is 6 is less than 8. 6 is less than 8. Do not swap. Continue further. 6 is greater than 4. 6 is greater than 4. Oh yes. 4 over here. 6 over here. It is going good. You continue further. 4 is greater than 3. Oh, 4 is greater than 3. Again continue. Again swap it. Oh, that is comfortable. All right. And this is done. So third pass is also completed. Why don't you continue? You select the next element and you go from the start. So now you are selecting third element and you want to compare with all element after that. Start. Start. What is to be done? 8. 8 is 8. You select that, you compare with this. I find that 8 is greater than 6. Or 8 is greater than 6. Go ahead, swap this. Not a problem. You continue further. Then continue. 6 is greater than 4. Yes, again swap. Okay. Done. Over. And I found that this element reached to its final destination. The last step to repeat, I is equal to 4, and you want to repeat j from 5 to 5. So I is equal to 4 and you want to repeat j from 5 to 5. And what I find, 8 is again greater than 6. If 8 is greater than 6, yes, go ahead. 6 over here, 8 over here. This is done and this element is also sorted. That's it. तो सर प्रोग्राम कैसे लिखना है? प्रोग्राम कैसे लिखना है? दैट इज वेरी सिंपल काइंड ऑफ स्टफ. हाउ यू कैन राइट अ प्रोग्राम? जिनको लिखना है आई गेस कुछ लोगों का लिख के भी हो गया होगा, बट नॉट. आई जस्ट गो अहेड एंड लेट अस whatever that we have understood, let us write it on a paper. Let us write it on a paper. What I understood is something like this. I need to start with I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. What I'm saying over here, take a look at this. This first loop is going from 0 to 4. A first loop is going from 0 to 4, and then for each of I want to compare with all elements after that. I want to compare with all elements after that, or you want to compare with all elements after that. So each way, जब ये 0 था तब ये 1 था, जब ये 1 था तब ये 2 था, जब ये 2 था तो ये 3 था. I guess this is something that we were doing. You continue further. For j is equal to I plus 1, j is less than 6, where you have got 6 number of elements, 6 number of elements. So it is there. Yes. And then what do you want to do? Oh, you want to compare. If, in which condition we have done the swapping? In which condition we have done the swapping? Swapping हम लोगों ने कौन से condition में किया था? When the selected element is greater than the further element. So you are saying that whenever a of I was greater than a of j, a of I was greater than a of j, we simply say swap the positions of a of I and a of j. मैं यहाँ पर कोड नहीं लिख रहा हूं, मैं यहाँ पर सिर्फ लॉजिक लिख रहा हूं. सर स्वैपिंग कैसे किया जाता है? स्वैपिंग यूजिंग टेम्पररी वेरिएबल, वो आपको आता होगा, वो हम लोग सीधा कोड में लिखेंगे, हम लोग जावा फाइल में लिखेंगे. द ओवरऑल लॉजिक मैंने आपको बताया, लॉजिक बताया, अब जाके कोड भी करते हैं ना. यस, वी शुड गो अहेड एंड वी शुड राइट इट इनटू द कोड. सो फाइल, अब सर्चिंग के कोड में मैं नया प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट करूंगा. आई डू नॉट वांट टू मिक्स अप इनटू द सर्चिंग कोड. सो यू कैन से सॉर्टिंग. All right, we have got sorting, and into the sorting, another class that I'm creating, sorting main. Sorting main, yes, it is there. That is good. Main, and you need to have some array for you is equal to, you can directly write like this. What is the array? 6, 4, 2, 8, 3, 1. सर ये दूसरे array के लिए काम नहीं करेगा, करेगा, लेकिन I always suggest that जो पेपर वर्क आपने किया है पहले उसके साथ चलता है क्या, पहले वो चेक कर लो. After that you can always take the values from the user and then you can try to print it once again. Absolutely no problem. So let's just go ahead. Public static void selection sort, and you are passing the array to that. Okay, I pass the array to that. What is to be done? जो अभी कोड लिखा था वही करना है. अभी कोड क्या लिखा था? I is equal to 0, I is less than 5. A 5 मतलब total 5 passes should be there. It should be only 5 passes. So अगर आपके पास 6 elements है, then there should be 5 passes. आपके पास 10 elements है, then there should be 9 passes, right? So we are saying that less than, yes, absolutely correct. Not air dot length, it is length minus 1, not length, length minus 1. And please note that हम लोगों ने counting 0 से शुरू किया है. Programmers, हमने counting 0 से शुरू किया है. Don't forget that. I is less than air dot length I plus plus. Okay, that is good. Then you want to compare with all elements after that. J is equal to 0, j is less than arr dot length, correct? J plus plus, oh sorry, my mistake, length minus 1. यहाँ पर length minus 1 और यहाँ पर less than arr dot length, क्योंकि ये 6 तक जाने वाला है. All right, I want to compare if arr of I is greater than arr of j. What do you want to do? I want to swap using a temporary variable. Okay, sorry, j, I want to check with all elements after that. A select ith element, what you are doing? Select ith element and compare with all elements after that. Compare with all elements after that. यही चीज अभी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर लिखी थी. J is equal to I plus 1. Okay, no problem. And then you continue further. ARR of I is equal to ARR of J, and ARR of J is equal to 10. That's a typical stupid swapping kind of logic. It is been written. Done. अब और कुछ बचा? Nothing much. You just go ahead and you want to print that array. Yeah, how do you print the array? आपको जावा आता है? How do you print the array in a single line? In a single line. ToString method. So you want to say something like this: array.toString. Does it work? किसी जावा प्रोग्रामर्स हो? हाँ, yes Shubham, that is okay, that is good. So let me just make it better. It is arrays dot to string, correct? So this is something I am trying to do it. तो हम लोग पहला क्या कर रहे हैं, ये पहला डेमो है हमारा सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट का, सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट एंड ये जो है लेट्स से बिफोर and I want to print it once again after sorting. Let's say after. All right. Obviously बीच में मुझको पहले फंक्शन तो कॉल करने दो. ये आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा, you can use normal for loop to print it. I don't bother about it. I do not unnecessarily want to increase my number of lines of code. And then you go ahead, run as Java application. I hope this is going well. Right? Chalo. Go ahead. Why don't you try it quickly? पहले कोड लिखो, go through that code, make yourself comfortable, ensure that logic is understood, and then definitely we need to talk about time complexity as well. The algorithm that we were discussing was selection sort. What is the again? So how to remember कि कौन से algorithm में क्या code लिखना है? I always remember the basic philosophy. Why the name selection sort came? You remember that you select ith element, compare with all element after that. Select ith element and then print all element after that. How to print pass count? How to print pass count? Why you want to print the pass count? Pass count is nothing but जितने बार ये loop repeat हुआ है. The outer loop is talking about your each and every pass. Amit, I guess you must have done something wrong with the curly brackets. Check the curly brackets and copy paste the whole code. That is something suggested. Copy paste the whole code. Only thing is that आपके क्लास का नाम और मेरे क्लास का नाम सेम होना चाहिए. अगर मेरे क्लास का नाम सॉर्टिंग मैन है, अगर आपका भी सॉर्टिंग मैन है, यू कैन लिटरली कॉपी पेस्ट द होल कोड. दैट विल मेक योर लाइफ बिट इजी. अगर आपने करली ब्रैकेट कुछ तो उल्टे सीधे दिए, कोई तो करली ब्रैकेट मिस हो गया, देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम. और एक चीज, एरेज डॉट सॉर्ट, एरेज डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग के लिए, एरेज डॉट टू स्ट्रिंग के लिए java dot util dot arrays need to be imported. Done? Oh, that is great. So things are going well. We all talk about like what is selection sort, that is in front of you. So there's nothing great. Just let us go on to the time complexity front. And going on a time complexity front, ये कुछ मुझको बता रहा है. By the way, हाँ, someone was asking that how to print the pass count. ऐसे से pass count print नहीं करना है. Pass count print करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. जितना length होगा that -1 वो आपका pass count रहेगा. It is very easy. हाँ, if you just interested in knowing, sir हर एक pass के बाद में output क्या आएगा? If someone is interested in knowing हर एक pass के बाद में output क्या आएगा, you can always go ahead and you can always print array in like each stage. If you're printing the array in each stage, you will be able to see जो हम लोगों ने जो पेपर वर्क किया था आपको पेपर वर्क दिखाई देगा. This was my pass 1 where 1 reach into the final place, 1 2 यहाँ पर second pass में 2 reach to the place, यहाँ पर 3 reach to the place, here 4 reach to the place, and then over here 6 reach to the place. I guess this is just for sake of testing, for printing after each pass. So if someone is interested in, sir हमने जो पेपर वर्क किया था वो पेपर वर्क और जो आपने यहाँ पर दिखाया वो, is it really matching? So you are able to print that. चलो, by the way, this is clear. हाँ, तो हम लोग कहाँ पर थे? We were going on to this. हाँ बोलो, what is to be done into this? How many iterations are happening? एक तो पहली चीज तो मेरे को देख के लग रहा है कि यहाँ पर लूप के अंदर लूप है. Okay, that is good. Loop के अंदर loop लग है, but still the number of iterations. Can you tell me when I is equal to 0? Please pay attention. When I is equal to 0, how many iterations of the inner loop are done? When I is equal to 0, how many iterations of the inner loop are done? Inner loop के कितने iterations होंगे? When I is equal to 0, I'm talking about this element that you have selected, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterations. So I understand that on a first pass, there are total 5 iterations. 5 iterations. Okay, that is good. In a second pass, you are selecting this element and comparing with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are total 4 iterations. You continue further. On a next pass, you are selecting this element. 1, 2, 3 iterations. Okay, there are 3 iterations, and then 2 iterations, and last pass there is a 1 iteration. So total number of iterations of a inner loop, और इन अदर वर्ड्स, अगर आप लोग ठीक से नोट कर रहे हो, जितनी बार इनर लूप चल रहा है उतनी बार नीचे कंपैरिजन चल रहा है. हैव यू नोटेड? सो इन अदर वर्ड्स, टोटल नंबर ऑफ कंपैरिजंस, और टोटल नंबर ऑफ इनर इटरेशंस, मैंने नंबर ऑफ स्वैपिंग्स नहीं कहा, आई सेड कंपैरिजंस. जितनी बार कंपेयर हुआ है, व्हाट इज टोटल कंपैरिजंस? सो यस, द टोटल कम्स आउट टू बी 15. ए टोटल कम्स आउट टू बी, 120 कहां से आया? Eknath, good morning. So 15, a 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that comes out to be 15. Wait, by the way, sir, ये तो 6 का array था, इसलिए ऐसे हुआ. What about other? Hey, what about other? Now you can try to generalize the formula. आपका जो first iteration था, in a first iteration, it was n minus 1 comparison. On a, ये number of iterations में count कर रहा हूँ. On a second, it is n minus 2 iterations. Okay, that is good. In a third, it was, let's say, n minus 3 iterations. And what was there in last? A last there was like a 1 iteration. जहां तक मुझको समझ में आता है, it is a AP, arithmetic progression, isn't it? Is it a AP? Yes, arithmetic progression. And if it is arithmetic progression, can you please apply the formula? Can you please apply the formula of arithmetic expression, arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression simply says that it is n into n minus 1 divided by 2. N into n minus 1 divided by 2. And you can cross check. When you got 6 elements, please compare. When you have got 6 elements, 6 elements के लिए total iterations कितने होते हैं? 5 into 4 divided by 2. No, sorry, 6 into 5 divided by 4. So 6 into 5 divided by 4 comes out to be 15. You are able to see there. Okay, that is good. But wait, we are saying that the time required is going to be proportional to n square minus n divided by 2. 1 by 2 is constant. ये सारी दुनिया को पता है. अगर 1 by 2 is constant, I can simply say it is n square minus n. Okay, that is all right. But wait, अब जो कह रहा है उसको ठीक से सुनो. ये आपके मैथमेटिक्स में आपने कभी तो बचपन में पढ़ा होगा. If n is large enough, what I'm saying, if n is large enough, then n square is much larger than n. Have you ever heard of it? Example, 1 का स्क्वायर 1 होता है, बट 10 का स्क्वायर 100 होता है, और 100 का स्क्वायर प्रोबेबली 10,000 होता है. सो जैसे जैसे नंबर बढ़ता है, वैसे वैसे आपका स्क्वायर मच हायर रेट पे बढ़ता है. So with this, if you understand that, I said all lower order terms can be ignored, or can be neglected. Because n square is much larger than n. By the way, इसको क्या कहते हैं? What this is called in mathematics? ये जो कुछ भी अभी मैंने आपको बताया, इसको मैथमेटिक्स में क्या कहते हैं? ये जो फॉर्मूला है, लाइक n square is like yes, absolutely correct. प्रसाद, आपका मैथ्स अच्छा है. Good. So this is referred as theory of approximation. This is theory of approximation. It is called a theory of approximation, which is in front of you. And if you understand that, let me just ignore that, and I can simply say time required is proportional to n square, and hence time complexity is of order of n square. A time complexity is of order of n square. Okay, that's it. Nothing much. This is what all done. This is what selection sort algorithm is. By the way, if your array is already sorted, will it still take the same number of iterations? Please think. If your array is already sorted, will it still take the same number of iterations? Oh, likely chances are yes, because there is no way to find out whether the array is already sorted or not. And that is the reason. That is the reason. Selection sort ये ऐसा sort है. हाँ, number of swapping will be zero. Whatever Shubham you are saying is correct. Number of swapping will be zero. However, number of, even though swapping are zero, number of iterations will not reduce. And that is the reason this sort cannot be improvised or cannot be cached. इसको optimize नहीं किया जा सकता. And that is the reason people usually say that selection sort is not a good choice when it comes down to the sorting algorithm. क्योंकि जैसे जैसे n बढ़ता जाता है वैसे वैसे ये ग्रो होता जाता है और आपके पास कोई ज्यादा solutions या ज्यादा कोई choices आपके पास नहीं होते. That is a fact. I believe this is what all the points that we want to discuss. What is selection sort and what is earlier one. Instead of starting a new sort today, I thought कि जो कुछ भी हम लोगों ने किया है, you should think of it and you should work on it. तो सर हम लोगों को क्या करना है? Look, a kind of assignment that you people is expected to do. Instead of teaching something new, I'm just trying to give you the idea कि आपको assignment क्या करना है. So please pay attention. The assignment is that you need to create an array of person. हम लोग जावा के एक्सपर्ट है तो you can create a class person. You can create a class person, and class person you will be having the multiple entries. Let's say you will be having ID, you can have name, you can have age or something like this. You can also add address or whatever that you want. So here I'm just adding some values. Let's say ID is equal to 1, name is equal to let's say B, and then age is let's say 24. You continue further. The next ID is let's say 5, the name of a person is let's say X, the age is let's say 20. The another thing, let's say that it is ID 6, let's say name of a person is let's say P, and then I'm saying that the age is let's say something like this. You continue further, you take values again, कुछ भी number ले लो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I'm just taking some random numbers. I'm taking some random numbers and some random values. So this way you just go ahead. Obviously ID same नहीं होना चाहिए. So we will take some different number and और कुछ बच गया. Anyway, T is already added. I can go with something different, Q, and then, all right. I want you people to first of all create array of person object, and not only create array of person object, swap the array using selection sort. Can you please tell me what logic that you need to build? अगर आपको array of person sort करना है तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? आपका आज का असाइनमेंट है, जल्दी जल्दी बोलो. अगर आपको array of person sort करना है using selection sort, what all changes that you will need to do? What all changes that you need to do? आपका जो सॉर्टिंग का एल्गोरिदम है, ये जो एल्गोरिदम आपको दिख रहा है, इस एल्गोरिदम में चेंजेस कहां पर होंगे? Which line that you might want to change? Obviously I want to sort. लेकिन सॉर्ट एग्जैक्टली द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट यू शुड बी आस्किंग, सर वो सॉर्ट करना है पर्सन, वो ठीक है, लेकिन पहले ये बताओ कि पर्सन के अंदर सॉर्ट किससे करना है? सॉर्टिंग बाय आईडी करना है या सॉर्टिंग बाय नेम करना है या फिर सॉर्टिंग बाय कुछ और करना है? पहले किससे सॉर्ट करना है पहले ये तो बता दो. दैट इज लाइक योर फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट. ओके, आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट किससे सॉर्ट करना ही हमारा पहला रिक्वायरमेंट है. तो चलो सॉर्ट बाय एज करना है. ए सॉर्ट बाय एज करना है. हाँ, क्रिएट एरे ऑफ पर्सन. आई एम एज्यूमिंग दैट कि अगर आपको सॉर्ट बाय एज करना है, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी इन विच लाइन ऑफ कोड देयर शुड बी चेंजेस? आपके कोड में चेंज कहां पर होगा, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है. विच लाइन आई नीड टू चेंज? Yes, absolutely. You people understand that. All I need to change is nothing but if. all I need to change is the if. So what change should be there in a if? चलो go ahead, tell me. if में क्या change करना है? अब मुझको एज से सॉर्ट करना है, मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया, आई वांट टू सॉर्ट बाय एज. Yes, absolutely. All I need to do is that, all I need to do is that p this dot age is greater than this dot age. Is that all right? Is that all right? Yes, that is all we need to do. एक बात बताओ, should I do the changes into this as well? यहां पर भी चेंज करना है क्या? नहीं नहीं, स्वैप तो मुझको पूरा का पूरा पर्सन का ऑब्जेक्ट ही करना है. स्वैप तो पूरा का पूरा पर्सन का ऑब्जेक्ट ही करना है. आई डू नॉट वांट टू सॉर्ट लाइक ओनली एजेस. मुझको एज सॉर्ट नहीं करना है, मुझको पूरा का पूरा पर्सन सॉर्ट करना है. तो स्वैपिंग लॉजिक विल रिमेन सेम, ओनली द कंपैरिजन लॉजिक विल चेंज. बाय द वे, इफ आई टेल यू कि आई आल्सो वांट टू सॉर्ट नॉट ओनली यूजिंग एज बट आई आल्सो वांट टू सॉर्ट यूजिंग नेम, आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? प्रॉब्ली आपको एक नया फंक्शन लिखना पड़ेगा एंड देन यू नीड टू पुट अ लॉजिक ऑफ कंपैरिजन ऑफ नेम ओवर हियर. आई गेस स्ट्रिंग में डॉट नेम डॉट कंपेयर टू होता है, आप लोग कंपेयर टू यूज कर सकते हो. बट अगेन मुझको बताना कि आपको आपको सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट के लिए एक नया कोड लिखना पड़ेगा, राइट? बट व्हाट इफ आई से दैट आई वांट टू चेंज इट बाय आईडी, आई वांट टू सॉर्ट बाय आईडी. वापस से एक बार आपको सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट का एक और नया कोड लिखना पड़ेगा जहां पर एज की जगह पे आपको शायद आईडी यूज करना पड़ेगा. सो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू आर ट्राइंग टू टेल? आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू दैट सी मेनू ड्रिवन कोड आप लोग बना सकते हो, इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट एक सिलेक्शन सॉर्ट का लॉजिक आपको बहुत बार लिखना पड़ता है. हैव यू नोटेड दैट? उसमें भी अभी तो मैं सारे असेंडिंग सॉर्ट कर रहा हूं, इन फ्यूचर यू से दैट नहीं नहीं मुझको डिसेंडिंग सॉर्ट करना है. ये डिसेंडिंग सॉर्ट करना है, व्हाट यू डू, you go back जहां पर ग्रेटर है वहां पर लेस देन करो, इट विल बी डिसेंडिंग सॉर्ट. बट प्रॉब्लम इज दैट, लिसन, प्रॉब्लम इज दैट ये कहना आसान है लेकिन मैं क्या कह रहा हूं कि मेरे पास तीन है, आईडी है, नेम है और एज है. मुझको तीनों से सॉर्ट करना है, तीनों से सॉर्ट करना है, असेंडिंग भी करना है, डिसेंडिंग भी करना है. मुझको 6 बार एक ही फंक्शन लिखना पड़ेगा. आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? मुझको 6 बार एक ही फंक्शन लिखना पड़ेगा और 6 बार एक ही फंक्शन लिखना, ये कहा की समझदारी है. तो सर इज देयर इज एनी बेटर वे? Yes, there is a better way. What you people learn in a Java, you people learn generic methods and you must have learned some comparator. So why not go to the sort method, write your own sort method and take a comparator as an argument. Write your own sort method and take a comparator as argument. Now please note, teaching comparator is not a part of a data structure module. I repeat, teaching comparator is not part of a data structure module. वो आपको ऑलरेडी आता है, आपने ऑलरेडी वहां पर पढ़ा हुआ है. बट यू नो फॉर सेक ऑफ प्रैक्टिस मैं रिकमेंड करूंगा, फॉर सेक ऑफ प्रैक्टिस इट इज वर्थ गोइंग बैक एंड रीराइटिंग फ्यू जावा कोड्स अगेन. इससे आपके दो फायदे हो जाएंगे. एक तो जावा रिवाइज हो जाएगा एंड यू विल स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेटर कि जावा के जो रेडीमेड कलेक्शंस है वो बिहाइंड द सीन कैसे काम करते हैं. आई होप यू गॉट माई पॉइंट. करेक्ट? सो आई डू रिकमेंड, लेकिन रुको, लेकिन सी टू इट दैट considering the time in our hand, it will not be really possible for me to teach or cover Java topics once again over here. So you have any problems? That is the reason I'm saying that. Go back, sit in a groups, discuss, lab faculties are there. And if you want something regarding assignment to be discussed with me, ideally before lecture or after lecture, that should be like ideal time where we can discuss about that. During lecture, we'll talk about data structure module and data structure syllabus. I guess it is too much of time. It's 1:34. We will stop over here for now. If anyone has got any questions, you can hold back. Otherwise, you can leave. Bye bye. See you. Like a maximum time, maximum running time. This one.